It's 7 News at 5:30.
Hair isn't just an issue for adults. The balding breakthrough that's boosting young people's self-esteem. When we come back. Well, when you think of hair loss, you probably don't normally think about children and teenagers.
But it's actually something that can be devastating to kids. Now, though, as 7's Richard Lemus shows you, there's a new balding breakthrough that is easy and painless for the younger set.
11-year-old Chris Leota never felt like he stood out from the other kids until he reached middle school this year.
When I was little, I never really noticed it. Nobody really said anything.
Chris was born with a rare birthmark, this large bald spot in the back of his head.
I think it was the third day of middle school. He asked me for the mirror, and I didn't realize why he was asking, and he saw it, and he was, crying and hysterical.
The kids at school teased him so much that he and his mother worked every morning to camouflage the bald spot.
Most kids would just say, like, oh, you got a bald spot in your head. And I was like, yeah, it's a birthmark. And they would just, laugh about it. I felt sad.
Him coming home from school every day crying about it, just being teased, and it was just heart-wrenching.
Hair loss usually strikes adults, but it can also affect children and teens. It's usually caused by some sort of accident, but it can happen prematurely also.
More and more, I'm seeing younger patients in their teenage years who are losing hair, showing signs of hair loss.
Hair restoration Dr. Alan Bauman is using a new device called the NeoGraft to transplant hair easily and painlessly for adults and kids.
Instead of using a scalpel or stitches in the back of the scalp, invasively to harvest hair, the NeoGraft lets us pluck, literally, individual hair follicles almost undetectably from the back of the scalp.
Once those follicles have been harvested, they'll be implanted into the thinning or bald spots where they'll grow permanently. New hair starts to grow within 6 weeks, and full results will be visible in a year.
Most people think of hair transplants as pluggy or painful or unnatural, and gosh, we're light years beyond that. If everything is done correctly, when it grows in, it's going to look like Mother Nature did it.
Chris and his family are anxiously waiting for his new hair to grow in.
I'm hoping that the hair grows and he won't stand out in a crowd anymore. Won't be teased.
But something else is growing within Chris also, a lesson in life.
Everybody has something bad about them. Nobody's perfect.
Dr. Bauman is a volunteer for Operation Restore. He does free hair transplants every month for those who have lost their hair through injury or trauma. For more information, log on to our website and click on Medical. In the Plex, I'm Richard Lemus, 7 News.